The Dry Stone Wall Toolkit, developed here in the city of Whittlesea with funding from the Victorian Planning Authority, is a vast range of tools for developers, for property owners, agriculturalists, for council officers, heritage advisors and others on understanding the requirements for maintaining and adapting dry stone walls in any urban environment in Victoria. And I'm here with Tim D'Agostino, who looks after urban design at the City of Whittlesea. Let's talk a little bit about this example of an urban space and a dry stone wall.
So we're here at Gammage Park in Epping, and this is a great example of a dry stone wall that's been retained in situ, so it means it hasn't been touched since it was found or in use. And it's also a great example where it doubles up with a stony rise, which is really important for Aboriginal heritage as well. It's a great example within a residential setting where people can overlook the stony rise, and it's got great passive surveillance in terms of how it's been retained throughout the park and weaves in with different types of uses like playgrounds and basketball courts and stuff like that. It's a really good example of a more kind of residential retention of dry stone wall.
Where a dry stone wall is discovered in a public space like this, in a residential area, we can hear construction and dogs and everything going on. Yeah. Council becomes responsible for looking after and maintaining and protecting the dry stone wall. The toolkit talks about a number of the different expectations, and one of those is 2.5 metre space either side. What's that about?
So the 2.5 metres either side of the dry stone walls is really important, predominantly for maintenance, so that our staff can get in there and maintain those spaces relatively easily and efficiently. Another reason is around passive surveillance and making the area feel more safe and more open. People generally don't like spaces that people could hide in. Makes you generally feel more unsafe. So it makes sure that the area is nice and clear. Another reason is just to show them off more, to make sure that you can see them in the landscape and that people can appreciate them more. Because dry stone walls, as we know, are a really important heritage asset to make sure that future generations can appreciate the history of Australia. And also, a lot of these dry stone walls have plant species that were planted adjacent to those, and those are also really important to maintain into the future as well.
If you're looking to access the Dry Stone Wall Toolkit, you can head straight to the Victorian Planning Authority website or the City of Whittlesea website. Tim, thanks for sharing with us your passion and profession with dry stone walls.
Yeah, thank you.